will get this Saturday's video recorded. I was just flipping through my notes and then I remembered today, which is Sunday, that I am recording this, which is almost a week before you actually see it, was the day the identity of the new Doctor was released. The woman who's the new Doctor is called Jodie Whittaker. She's an amazing actress. She's worked with David Tennant. She did the original Broadchurch with him, where she played the mother of the child that died in the series. And she's done she's done films as well. She's done a lot of work. She did a film called Attack the Block, Broadchurch, Attack the Block, Satrinians, The Assets, Black Sea, Adult Life Skills, One Day, Sheriff's County, and several others. Sorry, no, that's Perrier's Bounty, and several others. She's an amazing actress. I've seen her work, and a lot of people are whining, in my opinion, about how can the Doctor be a woman, it's always been a man, blah blah blah. First of all, the Doctor is an alien. The Doctor can be both male and female, can be any race he wants. It is not constrained by being human because he isn't human. And a lot of people are saying, yeah, but the Doctor can't be human. The Doctor can't be this, the Doctor can't be that, the Doctor can't be this, the Doctor can't be that. It's like, he's got... They have... A lot of people are also saying that it's a diversity thing. No, it's not. This isn't diversity. They wanted somebody young, and this lady is, she's 35, which is the same age I am, which is in a hell of a lot better physical condition. She is young so she can keep up with the physicality of the role. So that's the only qualm that Peter Capaldi had, is that he couldn't keep up with the physical side of the role because he was getting on a bit. She's an extremely good actress. I think she's going to be extremely awesome in the role. She's going to be very likeable, I think. And I think we can see some interesting storylines out of this. I do know that the first episode is going to have to be highly explaining of who the new Doctor is and why it is a woman instead of a man, and why she has become a woman instead of a man, because there is a lot of misconceptions that Gallifreyans can be stuck between being just one sex. Now, what annoys me with this is everybody welcomed the fact that the Master turned into Missy with open arms, and you know, there was no huge palaver about it when the Master's up prior to Missy. The Master had always been male, always, and then he turned into a she and you got Missy. So I think that's one of the reasons why I thought, right, now is probably the best time to do it. It also points something else out to me. As some of you may or may not be aware, in this country we have no separation between church and state. We actually have a church called the Church of England, and the predominance of religious undercurrents in some of the things in government is still there. The religion of the country, which is basically the religion of the monarch, is Church of England, I think, which is, some people say it's Protestant, some people say it's similar, but it's not. It is a form of Christianity. Now, it's weird that we have no separation between church and state. However, we have one of the most liberal governments in this country. The reason that this came to mind because of this whole thing kicking off, and also because I was watching something of Stephen Fry's the other day, and it really made me laugh because it's true. And this country is very for it being a country that's laws are, there is literally no separation in the government between religion and the government. We have one of the most liberal countries. You're allowed to get married, whether you are in somebody of the same gender or not. You know, you're allowed to adopt kids. You're allowed to teach. Your employment laws are quite specific, and you know, they are written out. They are there for a reason. You know, we have, some people say, yeah, but a lot of the employment laws have come from Europe, but that's not necessarily true. I think the UK has the longest maternity leave in all Western countries and Europe. It's 6 months paid full leave. Then you can have 3 months sick pay, then 3 months unpaid. So you can have up to 12 months off. I only know this because when the big company I used to work for before I moved over here, one of the ladies, while she was working there, well, a couple of them got pregnant, and that's how I found out about it. It's not weird. It's just funny to me how we don't have a separation between church and state, but yet our government. See, in this country, we are taught sex ed in the last year of primary school, so when you're like 10, which is basics. Like your body's going to start changing, you're going to start gaining a bit of weight, you're going to get this, you're going to get that. And then we have a more in-depth sex ed in secondary school, like when I think it's second year in secondary school. In our schools, they are allowed to use words like penis, vagina, all sorts of stuff, words like that. Creation is taught in religious education. Evolution is taught in biology. You know, it just astounds me that we're supposed to be a very religious country. But yeah, we have more secularism in this country, especially when it comes to education, than other countries do. It just made me laugh because a lot of people are saying, I'm not going to watch it because it's a woman, and it's like, at least watch it and see what you think of her. And people are saying, oh, it's just because it's, they have to do it because they're getting people are starting to kick off saying it's sexist. Nobody's kicked off saying it's sexist. It's only you guys that are saying it's sexist. Because you don't want a flipping female doctor. But to me, I think she's going to be good because she is a very good actress, and I've seen her in a few things, and I respect her talent, and I respect BBC's decision. A lot of people are saying, yeah, but if it were an American programme, but it's not an American programme. I do know that Americans are wanting to invest in the programme. There are lots of theories about that. If you want me to go into that, let me know down below and I'll see what I can do. But this is a topic of discussion in our house almost daily because my husband is a huge Doctor Who fan. So I literally get this every day. Bless him. But then again, he has to do with all my YouTube stuff every day as well, so I can't complain. So anyway, tomorrow's video I'm going to talk about last weekend's video and why one video went up, then it went down, and then it went back up again. I'll explain that tomorrow. So, with that being said, stay safe, have fun, be good, and I will see you tomorrow.